We're about to reveal the gluten sensitivity self-test. But first, I want you to meet Jessica, who finally figured out that gluten was the root of her health crises. Would you know what to look for?
For about 2 decades, I've been plagued with a variety of health issues. One day I would feel bloated and feel like I gained a couple of pounds. Then the next day I would be going through bouts of constipation and diarrhea. I never knew what to expect. One doctor told me I was lactose intolerant. Another doctor told me I had IBS. They prescribed tons of medication, but nothing was working. I knew something was wrong, but no one could pinpoint what was going on with me. That's when a friend of mine suggested that I might have a problem with gluten. I went cold turkey. I eliminated everything with gluten from my diet, and it turns out that food was actually the enemy. It was pretty amazing. My health problems were fading away. Finally, I don't have to live in pain anymore.
So Jessica is joining us. Why do you think it took you so long to figure out what was plaguing you?
Well, a lot of the doctors didn't know what was going on. There hasn't been a lot of research up until recently, so they weren't able to connect the dots for me.
And the symptoms that you described in that little video, were there other ones you had also that
Oh,
might have been clues?
absolutely. I had really bad eczema. I had a brain fog all the time, just like not really clear mentally, and I was being treated for depression for years and years. I was on antidepressants because the doctors thought I was crazy.
And when you finally figured it out?
Oh my God, I'm like a different person altogether. Like a huge weight has been lifted, and I feel like myself. I feel like I'm okay. I'm finally okay. I have a clean bill of health. I'm not on any medications, and life is good.
Well, I'm very happy. Thank you very much for sharing the story.
Thank you.
We turn back to nutrition researcher Dr. Neil Barnard. So Jessica described a lot of symptoms. You know, brain fog is a classic one that you wouldn't normally associate with something in your gut. Were these pretty typical for people who have gluten sensitivity?
Yeah, exactly. She had the digestive symptoms. She also had the brain fog and the neurological symptoms. But she also had something that I see so often where people come in my office, they've been suffering not just for a week or 2 weeks or 6 months, but for years, getting misdiagnosed. They get a lot of treatments that they don't need. So you really end up having to be your own detective to sort this out, know what the symptoms are, and then you know what to look for.
So what we decided to do is to create a self-test to see how gluten might affect you. Everyone in the studio has a clipboard. And I want you to learn from Jessica's story, because it is so typical, so classic. So we're going to diagnose a lot of folks today with this test. If you're at home, you can get the test on droz.com, but I'll walk you through all the symptom sets right now, broken down by how they affect your body. So you just watch for now and write down little notes to yourself.